So let me get this straight. I wake up one morning or the other morning and I get a notification on my phone from my sports app of choice. And it tells me that Luka Doncic has been traded to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis, a couple, one first round pick. One. And let's pull it up here. So let's pull up the official trade because this shit is nuts. It's probably will go down as hands down one of the stupidest, dumbest trades I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've watched the NBA my entire life. So that tells you how stupid this trade is. So let's get into the details real quick. So the Mavericks receive Anthony Davis, Max Christie, whoever the hell that is, and the Lakers coveted 2029 first round pick, which will be worth really dick now that they have Luka. But we'll get into the rest of the trade real quick. Jazz received Jalen Hood Shafino and 2 second round picks. Good for the Jazz. And Danny Ainge's staff. They always end up with something. Lakers receive Maxi Kleber with Luka, Markieff Morris, and that's it. They gave up nothing. All they really gave up was Anthony Davis and their 2029 first round pick, the only pick that they have for the next few years. So everyone is baffled. First of all, you got every single podcast commentator, every single TV pundit, everyone you can think of with some type of name or clout trying to figure out exactly how and why this happened. No one knew. This happened in the darkness. This happened, behind smoke-filled rooms somewhere. Or, the more bizarre part about it was people are trying to figure out why the Dallas Mavericks would find it in themselves to make the call to the Lakers to do this trade. The Lakers had nothing to do with this. Rob Pelinka was sitting down drinking a martini somewhere, and then he gets this late call saying, "Hey, do you want Luka Doncic?" He probably spit his drink out in that moment and said, "You fucking with me? No, we're gonna trade Luka." Yes, 1 second. Let me talk to Jeannie. Jeannie laughed. Probably, well, from what I'm hearing, laughed probably at the notion that she may be able to get one of the top five players in the league, Luka Doncic. The guy just went to the finals last year. So let's play contrarian real quick before I get into all the other notables here. Fun notables, I mean. First and foremost, the guy is only 25 years old. He'll be 26 next month. AD's 31. He'll be 32. So first and foremost, you trade one, person that's got some injury, some conditioning issues in Luka Doncic for another person who's had a career of conditioning issues and injuries in AD, who just turned it around later in his career. So one guy's 6 years older than the other guy. One guy is potentially a future MVP in Luka Doncic. You trade him reportedly because of your concerns for his conditioning? Are you fucking kidding me? For conditioning? You treating him like he's Zion Williamson. Hell, the Pelicans wish they got half of the production that they've gotten, that the Mavericks have gotten for Luka Doncic, that they, wish they could get for Zion Williamson. It's ridiculous. The notion is ridiculous. But when you peel the layers back, you have to understand that the people in charge for the Dallas Mavericks ain't the same people. In fact, they're people that don't know dick about uh, this sport. Like, Miriam Adelson, widow of Sheldon Adelson, casino icon who passed away, and infamous right winger and former friend of Roger Ailes, who also passed away and ran Fox News. She's the part of all of that. She owns the Dallas Mavericks. They bought it for, a few billions of dollars when Mark Cuban sold it his sold his company in the middle of the night. Another shocker that no one understood. And then I brought it up in my last podcast about, hey, maybe there's something bigger at play with Mark Cuban just deciding to sell the thing he loves most in business, and that's his Dallas Mavericks team. Why would he just do that? Because there's politics at play. And at the time, I thought he would run for president, and he didn't do that, but he did other things that had to do that made some political impact, like endorsing Kamala Harris campaign and all this other stuff. So Mark Cuban clearly is angling to do other things in his life, and taking that big cash out that he took from Miriam Adelson, you know, is probably makes all the sense in the world for him, as far as the other things he's trying to achieve in his life later in his life. But yeah, that's who you got, Miriam Ellison. She spent billions of dollars for this team, and she just spent $100 million and put no, excuse me, she just put $100 million in Trump's pocket for his campaign and helping him win the presidency. She gave him $100 million. So she's spending a lot of money. She like, hell, I just gave Trump $100 million. I just bought this team for a few billion, and now Luka's up for an extension after the summer for over $300 billion. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold up. How can we get out of this? So I know we all on Nico Harris, the GM, and all of that, but we don't know shit about shit. We don't know if Marian Adelson didn't summons Nico to her office and said, "Hey, how can we get under the luxury tax? Because I don't want to pay above the luxury tax." And Luka, what's up with this Luka guy? He's not playing right now, so could we trade him? And Nico probably, any sensible GM, probably said, why would we do that? We don't know the story behind it, so I don't want to go crazy on poor Nico, even though the fans have turned. They writing "F you Nico" on the freaking pavement in front of the damn stadium arena. Like, I would be pissed too. There's fans that are just saying, I'm done. I'm not even a fan anymore. But that poor guy, we don't know what the hell happened in that situation. Maybe the owner just said, no, we don't want him no more. I want to get under the luxury cap. I don't want to pay $250 million after I just paid Trump $100 million and paid a few $1 billion a year ago to get the team. I gave a few billion to Mark, and I gave $100 million to Trump. I'm done for spending right now. There's bigger things at play here. That's the only thing I could think of when it comes to this. She just don't want to pay enough money. She don't want to pay more money, and she just don't know shit about shit when it comes to the NBA and this sport. Teams die for talent like Luka Doncic. They go through painful summers, painful seasons to even have the opportunity to draft a player like that. It's a once in a generational player, truly. And I don't give a damn if he has conditioning issues. He's 26 years old. He's about to be 26. And he's already achieved what he's achieved. He hasn't even touched his true prime yet. In NBA years, it's usually 27, 28 when you hit your true prime. He hasn't hit that yet. And you traded him? But again, non-basketball people own the team now. Casino people, political right-wing casino people own the team now. It's not Mark. Mark's been gone. He cashed out a long time ago. So it's not surprising to me now that you could sit back and digest these things and say, hey, okay, it makes sense now why such a one of the worst trades, at least shocking trades in history just went down, because you have an owner that just doesn't know anything and doesn't care to know anything about a league that she just bought into. That's the truth.